Hey guys, it's Audra and welcome back to my channel. It has been a very long time since I have filmed a video. Honestly, I don't even want to go back and see how long it's been, just because it might be a little too depressing to find out how long it's been since life was normal in 2020. But I have been teaching face-to-face elementary in person since the beginning of September. Last couple weeks have not been the best as the pandemic increases across our country, but especially here in the Kansas City area. I can't speak a whole lot, obviously, to what is going on with that, but just know that if you have any teacher friends or family in your life, reach out to them. Let them know that they aren't alone. No matter which scenario they're in, this is hard. But it's hard for everybody. So anyways, get it together. Let's move on and talk about the Reindeer Readathon. It is in December the entire month, and there are teams, you can earn points, and so I am on the Candy Cane team. And the reason I decided to come back to BookTube for this last month of the year was because my first month of the year, like the books that I read were all 5 stars, and I haven't had that luck since. And so I'm hoping that if I'm strategic, I can have a good end to the year of 2020, if possible. Like, at this point, I don't even know. But I'll leave the information for this readathon below, so you can still get signed up, join a team, start reading, and end your year with some solid books. So into the challenges. The first challenge is Dasher, a book with 1 word title. And my game plan is Heroine by Mindy McGinnis. This is a YA novel about a girl who gets addicted to painkillers after an injury. Seeing how this goes, it may hit a little too close to home, so I do have a backup just in case. And of course, my backup couldn't be like small, normal size readathon book. It's this giant book called Cast, The Origins of Our Discontinence by Isabel Wilkerson. This is just a look at the caste system, I guess, and like our history of what's kind of happened here in America with race, class, and other factors, and how it compares to other caste systems in Nazi Germany and India and that kind of stuff. So it goes over a lot of things in history. I've heard nothing but fabulous things, and that like you need to like tab the heck out of it. But obviously it's going to take a lot of time to get through. So I'm hoping that Heroine isn't too triggering, so I don't have to pick that up for the readathon and can just pick it up later, some other time. We'll see. All right, challenge 2 is Dancer. It says a companion novel or a sequel. For that, I am so excited to finally get to 3 Keys by Kelly Yang. This is a middle grade. And the first book was Front Desk, and I've talked ad nauseum about that book. Absolutely love it. The first book is about Mia Tang. Her family runs this motel, and they hide illegal immigrants, and it's just a whole lot of great conversations for kids to have. And it's actually one of our award books for this year. 3 Keys was a sequel about what happens after that book. I don't want to give it away because you still need to read Front Desk if you have not read that one. But I cannot wait to get back into these amazing characters because it is so good. So definitely getting to that one finally. We go on to challenge 3, and we have Prancer, a book with a map, and I'm going to do another middle grade, which is Lifeboat 12. So that's this one. It is a novel in verse, so it's written in poem format, which is awesome. I have the audiobook because kids at school have it checked out, but so hopefully it'll go quick. But this book is actually based on a true story about how kids were sent from Europe to Canada during World War II, and their boat, or their ship, I guess, was torpedoed, and they had to survive on this lifeboat. There is in the opening a map of where they were going, and then where they were hit, and then where the lifeboat was found. I don't know if I can find it. I'll put it here for you to look at that to prove that there's a map, but that is the plan for that challenge. Going on to the next one, so number 4, I believe, is Vixen, and it says a book with a fox on the cover. So it could be like the animal or the word fox. Now, my original plan is, or was, I don't know, to read Hoax, which is subtitle of Donald Trump, Fox News, and the Dangerous Distortion of Truth. Yeah, that was my original plan. I'm kind of over talking about him at this point, so I probably will go with Cinderella is Dead, because like the side option is to just choose a strong female lead, and this one looks fantastic and I've wanted to read it since it came out. Our main character is Sophia, and she is living 200 years after Cinderella has found her prince, but these girls are still required to go to the ball to find their prince. She doesn't want to. She'd rather be with her friend Erin, and along the way she meets like the last descendant of Cinderella, and they decide to like take down the patriarchy, which I'm here for. I'm hopeful to get this one in, whether it's audiobook or a physical book. The problem is our public library is now closed for pickup because they had a COVID case, I think last week. So they're closed until further notice, so I can't pick up that book. We'll see what happens. Moving on to the 5th challenge. We have a book you find intimidating, and that would be A Promised Land by Barack Obama. And simply the only reason this is intimidating is because it's so big. But obviously I loved his wife's book last year, Becoming. So good. And the fact that much like her book, he's narrating it. So it's like 26 hours of listening to Barack speak and getting some normalcy back between my ears after the last 4 years. So I'm so excited to get to read this because the audiobook is already waiting for me. I may honestly start it early. Going on to the next challenge, we have Cupid, a genre that you love. I guess what my adult book taste like really got me going was World War II fiction, specifically historical fiction that goes back and forth from past and present. And it looks like the Book of Lost Names is that kind of story. It's got like the past, present with the World War II. Obviously this little notebook is found with some names in it. I don't want to know much more going on because I want to see how it kind of intertwines by the end of the story. So we'll see if I do that one. If I don't do that one, I'll choose another World War II fiction to fill that spot probably. We'll see. Historical fiction is kind of my jam at the dual timelines, I guess. I don't know. We then have Donner, a book with something hidden inside. So like under the jacket, like the chapter headings, beautiful art. I'm gonna do a reread for this one, and it's another nonfiction because I've kind of been on that wavelength. And it is Joyful, The Surprising Power of Ordinary Things to Create Extraordinary Happiness. This book I read about this time last year, and I absolutely adored it. It's basically just how to find joy in the things around you. It's basically, I don't know. It's so hard to explain, but everything that you put around yourself brings you joy or it doesn't. It sounds like Marie Kondo, but it's not. This is the book that gave me like the final like push into doing a giant set of rainbow shelves and making these bright colorful quilts and just embracing my love for color. And I think I was just so stuck of like all these beautiful houses I see on Instagram are just like white on white on white. I'm messy, first of all, that's not gonna happen. And then I just love color. Like I'd rather have rainbow everywhere. So this book really made an impact on me last year, and I just want to reread it every year because it's just a feel-good book. And look at the undercover. Is that not awesome? This is the surprise art that counts for the challenge. I am obsessed with it, and I'm so grateful that I found it at a bookstore in an airport last summer, even though it was used. Like, I don't even know. It was just meant to be. And I can't wait to get back into it. I'm so excited. And the last one is Rudolph, I think. Did I miss one? Oh no. Let's see. I think I did. Oh no, Blitzen. A book with some sort of struggle. So an internal struggle. I had a different one picked out, but I think I'm gonna go with The Great Believers because I've heard nothing but great things. It's another giant book. But like I said, I'm hunting for 5-star books only, so I will make the sacrifice of my time, I guess. But this is set mostly in the 80s, I believe, and it's about the AIDS crisis of the 80s, as well as, what else did I see? Oh, this character's daughter has disappeared into a cult, so that would be a struggle as well. I don't want to know much more about it. I know that there's going to probably be heartbreak because friends of this character start to die and all that stuff, but I've not read many books that are set in this time period about specifically the AIDS crisis, and so I am excited to get into that one. And the last one is a book where the main character doesn't seem to fit in. So this is obviously Rudolph with the red nose. And I'm going to choose this story, I think it's middle grade, What Lane? And again, this is if I can get the library book. But this is about a kid that is, I believe, half black, half white. And he's struggling with code switching between each set of friends, and he doesn't really know how to navigate life for him at that age. So I think that's what it's about. I'm not sure, but I heard some great things about it from a librarian friend of mine, so I'm definitely picking it up. All right, I have blown through all of these books that I'm about to read, but I am so excited. I'm hopeful that it will be a good end of the year. Like I said, things have been hard, and books can sometimes make everything better. Anyways, I would love to hear what you're reading for this month down below. If you've read any of these, if you want to read them together, that would be great. Because right now, community is everything, even though we can't be together with a lot of our friends and family in person. The internet makes it a little bit easier. So until next time, bye guys.